Hello, my literary luminaries, and welcome back to Top 5 Thursday, to something, I don't know. Today's Top 5 Thursday topic is Top 5, I remembered this time, a series that got worse with each progressive book. And this is a weird topic for me, but we're going to do it. We're going to see how it goes, and y'all are going to hang in there with me. Because that's what you've done all the time, because you are lovely luminaries. And so, without further ado, let's get started. Number one, I haven't actually finished the series of, and that's sort of indicative of how I feel about it. And I believe the trilogy is called The Wolves of Mercy Falls. It's Shiver and Linger and the third one. I should really remember what it's called, and I don't. By Maggie Stiefvater. And I read the first one, and I really, really enjoyed it. You know, it's YA, it's a little simplistic YA, and that's fine. And then I read the second one, and I liked it, but there was nothing really compelling, I guess, to pull me into the next one. And so I still haven't gotten the next one yet. Which is kind of sad, because I wanted to finish the trilogy, and it's a very good friend of mine recommended them to me. I believe she actually sent me the first book. And so I want to give it that chance, but I'm just not really, drawn into it, which is sad. So it kind of... I wouldn't say that they're bad books. They're just... got worse for me. These are all very subjective. Obviously, these are opinions. My top 5 don't need to be yours. Number two are Anne Rice's Vampire Chronicles. So, the series that starts with Interview with a Vampire and continues on for something like 6 or 7 books. Interview with a Vampire is good. Queen of the Damned is fine. After that, I think Queen of the Damned is second. Maybe not, actually. Those two are fine. To my memory, Vampire Lestat, which may or may not be the second book, is also okay. Those 3 are fine. And then it continues on, and I don't quite know why. Again, I own these books. They're sitting on my bookshelf. And I have no particular driving interest in reading them, which is sad because I really enjoyed the first ones. And eventually, yes, I will read them. They're on the list. They're on the TBR. But it's why? And then, oh god, she put out a new one. What was it called? Prince Lestat? Why? It's been so long. We don't need another one. Please stop. Please stop. I don't even know if I want to try and read it. I can't. It's just, nope. Too many, too much, long done, bye-bye. Number three, it sort of goes like this a little, and that is, Dan Brown's books with Robert Langdon. You know, Angels and Demons, Da Vinci Code, Lost Symbol. I feel like I'm missing one outside of Inferno. I don't know. Those books. And Da Vinci Code was awesome. Straight up, enjoyed that book. Really nicely done. You know, there's whole bunches of things that are not entirely accurate, but it's fiction. I don't expect them to be. Angels and Demons, also good book. Lost Symbol is awful. I think, actually, you can see Lost Symbol on my bookshelf, right there. It's just not good. And, Inferno gets better, and so it starts to go back up a little bit, but the problem is because of how big, especially Da Vinci Code was, I don't think you can get back to that. I think you're just sort of fated to go worse from there. which is too bad because he writes entertaining books. Like, I don't know if it's good writing, but it's entertaining and I enjoy it, so it's good for me, I guess. But it's sad to see, like, an interesting character and some cool concepts just sort of slowly die. Number 4. Number 4 and number 5 have similar problems, in my opinion. And I don't know that this one has a series name, but it's the series of books that starts with Hawksong by Amelia Atwater Rhodes. Hawksong I loved. Like, I absolutely love the first book. It's fantastic. I love reading about Danica and Zane. It's great. And there's at least one, and I think a couple more books that all sort of follow after that, but they deal more with, like, subsequent generations, and they don't quite live up to the original. Which, again, is unfortunate because Atwater Rhodes is a really talented author, and you know, you want to see them do well and get up to where they were, but it slowly drifted away, which was sad. And honestly, I don't know if there's any more than the ones I have on my shelf at this point. I lost track of them a while ago. Granted, I sort of aged out of its targeted age group, but still. And finally, number 5. Again, number 5 suffers from the same problem, and those are the Chronicles of Amber by Roger Zelazny. Now, you've probably heard me talk about this. I really enjoy the Chronicles of Amber. They are wonderful books that are dear to my heart. The problem is, there are 10 Amber books. The first 5 deal with, Corwin and his siblings and, like, Random and Brand. Yes. And, like, that whole group of people. And then the second 5 deal with Corwin's son, Merlin. Really, really enjoyed Corwin's stories. Not as much Merlin's. I think it's really difficult, I think, to carry over a series from parent to child. I'm hitting things. Just because we get so connected to the original story, you know, in this case, to Corwin and his group of people and his, you know, arguments with the pattern and all that jazz. And then it's like, yes, Zelazny leads it into, you know, Corwin telling the stories to Merlin and Merlin creating his own stories. But it falls away a little bit because we're not as connected. And so we continue on in this world and you're like, yeah, this is great, but... And I think it's harder to live up to. It's one of the reasons why I'm sort of glad that not much subsequent in the Harry Potter world has continued on. Like, I'm happy with the epilogue. I haven't read Cursed Child. I think eventually I probably will, but I haven't gotten to it yet. Because, like, I'm happy with Harry in his world. I want that to live on its own because I don't think anything after that can really live up to the originals. As much as I'd love to see more stories in the world, I don't want them if they're not going to be the same caliber. And I think I have that same problem with Amber, is that Merlin's stories just didn't live up to it. Now, granted, I read these books a long time ago, so as with so many things, I really need to give it a second chance. But that's the opinion that I remember from when I read these stories. So those are my top 5 stories that got worse with every book. I would love to know what you think in regards to this. Let me know in the comments down below or on Twitter at @KRyanFrey. As always, I would love to hear from you. If you liked the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. It is very much appreciated and very much helps. And hey, if you're new to the channel and you like what you see, why not subscribe? YouTube will very kindly notify you anytime that I put up a new video, which should be every Tuesday and Thursday. And actually, now that I think about it, I believe there's another icon down by the subscribe thing that's like a little bell. That will make sure that you get told when my videos go up. I know sometimes subscription boxes are weird and they don't do things right, but so if you really want to know, click the bell, make good things happen. I will continue putting up videos and you can watch my goofy face talk for, 5 to 10 minutes or so forth every time you see me. Yep, I'm good at English. But until next time, I shall bid you all adieu, and I will see you all on Tuesday for another Tuesday Talks. Bye! Number 3. I know, I'm getting to you. Oh god, I'm dying. I have this tickle in my throat. It's so annoying. It's already weird because I have to play with the lighting settings because, it's 5:30 at night and it looks like midnight outside. So I really need to work on the lighting in this thing. Someday I'll be professional. Someday.